Have you been to board game convention? We recently went to Cancon or Canberra convention in Canberra, Australia. We want to share you what we did there, what we played, who we met.
And stay tuned till the end. We've got some great news and freebies for you coming up.
Hi everyone, I'm Stella here from Meeple University. Today I am joined with Tarrant.
Hello.
Welcome back to my weekly vlog, Tabletop Diary. Our passion here is to explain board game rules clearly on YouTube.
On our channel, we do how to plays, we do overviews, brief playthroughs, and vlogs like this one.
So if you're new here, please consider subscribing to our channel and hit the bell button so you get notification on our new videos. So have you been to a board game conventions? Or you probably have been to a few. Please share your thoughts in the comment sections below. We want to know what motivates you to go there. Do you want to play board game? Do you want to buy bargains? Do you want to meet people? We just like to know what you guys are actually want to do in the board game conventions. And don't be shy. We are a little community here, so we just like to share our ideas and thoughts. So what is Cancon?
Well, Cancon is a gaming convention run by Canberra Games Society in Canberra, which is the capital of Australia, over the Australia Day weekend or thereabouts each year.
Which our first time ever this year we went to Cancon.
Yep, our first time there, but it was the 40th Cancon this year, so it's been running for a long time.
Yep.
It's a big event across multiple of the tabletop gaming spaces. So there is a modern board game hobby section. There is a lot of war game sections.
A lot of them, yeah. It's amazing that people are bringing their war gaming things and then put on the table and then have them on displays.
Yep.
It's so cool.
Yep, lots of terrains all set up across the weekend, across probably of the three big warehouse rooms. I think half of each of them had big wargaming miniatures and terrains set up throughout the weekend. So big event there as well.
Yeah, I heard it is the biggest one ever. Yeah. Somebody say that they used to be smaller and now they're getting bigger and bigger. There's just so many things. Yeah.
Yep, there were stalls there from a lot of the stores. Yep. There's a big second-hand market. There was an artists and cosplay section. A big room for CCGs or collectible card games. Yep. So yeah, the full cross section of the hobby. Lots of Canberra is a relatively small city between Sydney and Melbourne, so a lot of people came down from Sydney in particular, up from Melbourne like us, and then flew in from other points around Australia as well. So it's a big event in the gaming community.
That's over 3 days?
Over 3 days it was, yes. Yeah,
we had fun there. We the first thing that we went is actually a board game stall that sells board game. Because there's so many people just swarming there. We don't want to miss out sales. They've got big sales on there. There's a few shops in Australia here. They're having some big sales there. So, and then later on we found out that there is also a second-hand stalls. The first day, they say people are lining up. It could be like hundreds of people lining up in front of the stalls. There's like a big cage area where they're selling second-hand board games. I'm not too sure exactly where they're from. They probably, people want to sell their own second-hand board game, I assume. And we got some board games, like the new ones. And I feel like our board game purchase highlights from second-hand haul.
We picked up Crisis. You would have seen that. We played that with our friend Joe you would have seen that in a vlog a couple of weeks ago.
I haven't put it in the vlog.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you watch my vlog?
You showed me the vlog.
He doesn't watch my
You showed it to me and said, check this out. Is this okay?
Yes, I haven't. Sorry. So that's coming. So the Crisis here. We
played this a couple of weeks ago. And I understand it's quite difficult to come across these days. So
I don't think this is in print. We can't buy it in shops in Australia anymore.
Yep.
And the second one?
We found a copy of Thurn and Taxis, which I don't think we've seen really anywhere in Australia. It's been out of, other than a couple of library collections, so it's been out of print for a while. We do thoroughly enjoy this. I think it's one of the best of the Spiele des Jahres.
Well done. And this for $30.
Conjugate my German.
Yeah, it's only for $30. So we found that this is like, I can't believe, but Tarrant actually got this and then showed me in taxes. Oh my god, for $30, Australian dollars, of course. So we got that as well. Other than that, we got other board games. We've got the new Dominion, one of the new ones.
We did.
Which is
Nocturne. We got
yeah.
Nocturne.
With slightly damaged box for $20.
Yep.
And a few others that we've got. And oh, you got that one as well.
The little Scoville expansion, which I don't think I've seen in the stalls either. Stella likes it chili, so
I've got the main game, is so good. So and we've got other highlights, of course. We met two of our favorite board game designers. Would you like to share that?
Yeah. So we ran into Martin Wallace in the games library section.
Yep.
Played a couple of prototypes of his.
Yep.
Prototype map for Wildlands, which I think is commercially released.
Correct,
now, isn't it? So had a couple of prototype maps of that to expand into. So we tried that out.
Played the games as well.
Yeah, and we played some commercial games with him as well.
Yeah. So we've played a few games, and he's really nice. So Martin's really nice. I can't believe he's just there playing with us. We had the interview as well, but we won't release it yet until we got the clearance, because it is about his new game, so that's coming out soon. The other highlight is Phil Walker-Harding. We got interview with him. He's an Australian designer that has designed, I think, about 15 games so far, and he's talking about adventure games. Now, because we've got a lot of contents here that we got from Cancon, we're gonna put in the next few vlogs the interview with Paul Walker-Harding, and Martin Wallace coming out a bit later. And also we realize how busy it is in Cancon and how many people. We're going to have another vlog dedicated in regards to how to survive board game convention. So hopefully they'll be handy for you. So you enjoyed the Cancons as well?
I did.
Yeah.
It was a good weekend.
So we played a lot of board games, and Tarrant actually has got the list of what games we play.
Yep, I've been keeping a list of plays this year. I haven't done that in the past, or I haven't been diligent with it. So kept a good list. We played a good mix of. We played probably a 50-50 mix of commercially released games and prototype games of some of the Australian designers who were around there. And you would have seen, if you watched our interview series from PAX last year, you would have seen us interviewing a lot of these designers about those games at the time. So.
Yeah, I played finally Rare Roses by Craven Studios, Rocky Hackman. So that was really good. It's actually a lot of interaction in that game. I really like that game, and the roses are beautiful. The artwork's great. And you like Head Chef? We play Head Chef.
Head Chef, which is currently on
Kickstarter. Yeah,
yes.
Currently on Kickstarter. So check that out. You really enjoy the game?
Yes, it's a good one. It's a little card sequence generating game, but you've got a few ways of take that to your other players. So that plays really nicely and really quickly. We played Drift Kings. Which we did have an interview on that. So that's a sort of free-form racing game. Unlike any I've seen before, it uses, rather than having spaces on the track, it's just got a blank track, and you use little tiles, sort of wargame style, but you've got to do it quite quickly in order to work out how far you can move, and your long straight lengths don't turn as well as your low gear ones, and so it really does mimic driving around the track pretty nicely. So excited for that one when they get that one done. Yeah,
it's really cool. I have not seen anything quite like that before, so that'll be a really good one to keep our eyes on. We also met a lot of our friends from other states in Australia. We made new friends as well. We play a lot of games with them. So our motivations is a lot. Like we like to shop, like to play games, we meet people. So that's why we go to Cancon. We talk about Meeple University, our passion here.
We play a Pack of Crooks, which is a a negotiation deck building game where you're trying to steal stuff and then swindle your fellow thieves out of their part of the hall.
Yep.
We played Apex, which is a worker placement tableau building game where your monkeys and various other primates in a lab, monkey scientists. Can't go wrong with that. Shannon Kelly's new game, Runica and the Six-Sided Elements. Let me check my notes here. Find the Steinley off the side.
We played Wingspan as well. Well, that's not prototype, but we really enjoyed it. We're lucky one of our friends has got the game. So, what's our next one?
And The Stars Align. The Stars Align was another. That's out. Yes. So played that one, and Fairy Season was the other prototype that we played.
That's correct.
A little trick-taking card ascending game that's coming soon to Kickstarter.
I like fairies. So, so the games that we play, Wingspan is one of our highlights.
Yep. Yeah, it was the main new game that we played. We got a shipment of games on Friday and went up with the hopes and dreams of playing them all. But in the end, we played the only new game we played, commercial game, was a copy of Wingspan. Someone else's Wingspan copy. We'll certainly be in queue to get that. But yeah, that was. It lives up to the hype well, I think. That was very pretty game. The eggs had so much detail on them. The art was incredible.
The downside about it is that the eggs look so beautiful. I just want to eat it, but you can't eat the eggs. Well, hopefully we'll be able to get that game soon when it is printed around March.
Yeah, I thought it was a very elegant tableau builder. I know for me, I often find that big sprawling tableau builders, I struggle to keep track of all the different powers that my cards offer. But this game, you're only using a few of your tableau each time you activate them. It's got a mechanism for keeping track of it, so it's a really effective way that game works. So I think very well designed.
And only a few points where you have to keep track of what other people are doing.
Yeah, enough to keep the interaction going. So it's not completely solitaire, but not so much that you've got to try to strategize while watching what else is going on.
So last year we went to Board Game Cruise, Australia, organised by Tina Henson. We met Tina. She lives in a different city in Australia. We met her and we interviewed her. She's organising another one this year. So check out my interview with Tina. Hi, I'm here with Tina Henson. Hi Tina, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, Stella?
Good, thank you. So this is a bit of a different interview here. I am interviewing Tina because Tina has organised and will organise Board Game Cruise Australia. That was very exciting. We were there last year.
Yes.
When was that exactly? 2018?
It was in August in 2018.
2018, yeah. Feels like it's just like yesterday. Just can't remember the date. That was a really good experience. So Tina, is organising this year's 2019 Board Game Cruise Australia. So we just like to find out when is the Board Game Cruise this year?
So the cruise is happening from the 9th to the 18th of September. It will be going from Sydney to New Caledonia, stopping at 4 islands in New Caledonia, and then returning back to Sydney.
Wow, that's pretty much what we did last time as well.
It is, but there's an extra island and an extra night. I put out a poll on the Facebook group, and most people wanted a longer cruise and wanted the longer one because it actually becomes more economic to go for a longer cruise.
Yeah, absolutely right. And so which line are you?
Oh, this year it'll be with, last year was with P&O, but there was a lot of people who initially said that they weren't interested in cruising at all with P&O. So this year I've chosen Carnival Cruise as our cruise line.
Okay, I heard good things about the
it's so what I've heard is it's the difference between a 3-star hotel and a 4-star hotel. So it should be a little bit nicer. The food looks a lot nicer. I have had a lot of people who have signed up for the cruise already who said, it's a great ship. I've been on the ship before. I'm really looking forward to it. So that's quite exciting.
Show us what the ship looks like. You've got a brochure here as well?
I do have a photo because I happen to be in Sydney Harbour taking and I happened to see it docked at the harbour, so I took this photo myself, and now I'm using it.
That's the actual ship.
That's the actual ship. That's the Carnival Spirit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so talking about the board game as well, you talk about that's not enough. That's actually true. We had whatever days we turn. We feel like we can stay and then play more board games. We brought a few board games that we haven't got a chance to play, like you know, as usual. So what are you? How many people that you're looking to get and registered?
We currently have, I think, 15 people registered, and we are looking for a minimum of 40. Even if we don't get 40, it still means we'll run, but 40 people is the golden number to allow us to get a dedicated conference room for the duration of the cruise, which gives us a little bit more freedom, because last year, as you may recall, we had to find places to play each day, and I talked to the cruise line and was like, hey, can we use this space? And usually it was fine, and we were able to get one of the closed restaurants, but I'm hoping for a little bit more. Now that we've already run for 1 year, I'm hoping we can get that. Last year we had 35 attendees, so I'm hoping we can get 5 more this year to get us that dedicated space.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Last time we had some spaces as well in some of the restaurants.
Yeah.
When they closed, and we just used the whole restaurant.
And that was really nice.
Yeah, that was really good. So with the with the board game as well, we're probably going to show what being pushed last year. We're going to show what it looks like.
So I've had a lot of people ask me, how do the games work? How does that work? So what we did last year, and this is what I'm planning to do again this year, is that we have a geek list set up on Board Game Geek for attendees. People will list the games they're going to bring, and then people will say, oh, I want to play that game, or if there's no interest in a game, not to pack it, or and it stops people bringing duplicates games. So it'll be a bring your own game scenario, but to put it in context, last year we had 35 attendees and over 160 games on board between the 35 of us. We even had 2 people on the cruise that we ran into who were avid board gamers who thought we were taking all the good games out of the cruise library.
That's correct, I remember that.
Yeah.
No, they don't provide us with that board games.
Yeah, and then they ended up joining us for a few games, which was nice.
Oh, okay, that's really good.
So I'm hoping 1 or 2 of those guys will come along this year, but if not, I'm hoping people can join us.
That's great. Well, it's good to know that in Australia here we have board game cruise as well. I know that in America they have a few board game cruise. That's Tower and
that's what inspired me to do this, because I was looking at it, I'm like, it's so expensive. You have to fly to America, and then the cruises that they do are like $3,000 if you're traveling alone. If you're traveling with someone else, it's a little bit cheaper. And this one is quite cheap, even if you're flying from within Australia. It's $12.99 per person for 2 people, so each person has to pay $12.99 in an interior room. So a twin share room will be $12.99 per person. That's the current prices. The prices will go up as we get closer to the cruise date. We are booking through a specified travel agent, and we are. And that's so that you can be under the group code, because if you're not under the group code, we won't get the 40 people.
Okay.
That's it. $12.99 per person. There's currently
that's Australian dollars.
$12.99 per person, Australian dollars. And the really cool thing is, if you're worried about how many games you can bring, 2 suitcases, 23 kilos each per person.
That's exciting. That's very amazing.
It's a lot. It's a lot of games. So if you're a Sydney local or a Canberran who can drive to Sydney, it's a little bit easier. But I feel like there's enough people coming from Sydney who'll bring extra games that if you are traveling from interstate and you're flying and you're limited by the airline baggage limits, you're still going to get a lot of games in.
And plus other people are bringing games. Anyway, you've got that group that you can chat what you want to play and so on. That sounds all really good. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tina.
See ya.
That's our experience in Cancon. Now I have a surprise for Tarrant. So keep the camera rolling.
Ooh. I don't know what's coming. Those are the sounds of our kitchen.
you can have a look. Ta-da! So, this is Tarrant. Absolutely has no idea what's going on here.
That is correct.
So Tarrant had a birthday recently. he turns beep, secret. And this is actually a present that is not from me. So you want to open it, Terrance?
Ooh.
Want to show what you got there? Yay! So I have thought about this. Is Tarrant, one of Tarrant's favorite games by David Turkey and Victor Peter and Richard Ammon. Stop doing the bubbles. So I tried to get this for Tarrant's birthday last year. I couldn't get it. It's out of print in Australia. So
I don't even think it was in print in Australia. I don't think it's been retailed in Australia.
No, never. We haven't seen it everywhere. So I contacted Mind Clash Games, who got back to me. It's actually last month or so, and say, sure, we'll send you a free copy of Anachrony for Tarrant's birthday. So thanks to Mind Clash Games for this.
Thank you, Mind Clash Games, and thank you for organising.
No problem. So hopefully you enjoy this. And yeah, I know you really like this game, and just there it is.
Thank you very much. It's a wonderful surprise. Where did you hide this in the kitchen?
So we have a really small apartment. Actually came today, and it came with another package, so I was able to hide it somewhere else. And I had it on top of the cupboard. I was worried when Tarrant went to the kitchen. I said, no, don't go to the kitchen. Just just stay outside.
Just relax. I'll make lunch.
Yeah, just relax. I'll make lunch. And then I was like so worried when when the wall looks up and it's up in the cupboard. But he didn't have any suspicion at all. So on with the show. Tarrant's happy with his new Anachrony game. We also would like to announce, firstly, we'd like to thank you so much. We have now hit 1,000 subscribers.
Yay.
So more than 1,000 actually by the time this video is published. We thank you so much for your support, watching us, subscribe to us. It wouldn't happen without your support.
Yeah.
We also want to celebrate this by giving away free stuff. Yay! So we've got our sponsors that are giving away free board games. Now this competition is worldwide, although we're in Australia, so that's great. We've got a few presents coming up. We just fine-tuning a few things. We will announce this in this channel, so if you like to get notified, please do subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button, so you'll get that notification when we launch this. So information is coming soon. We can't really talk much about what the games are and what the prices are, so that's coming soon to you. I'll provide links in the description below on the games that you will be able to get if you're interested.
If you've got any questions, comments, feedback, or just want to say hi to us, do so in the comments section below or on our Facebook community, Meeple University Community.
Yes, we've got this new Facebook group called Meeple University Community. So if you are like us, passionate about board games, have a look, check us out. We talk about board games all the time.
Yep. If you like the video, help us out by clicking the like button.
And finally, we like you to keep watching and write comments in the section below. Hopefully subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button, and hopefully I'll see you next week.